Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again. I've seen a lot of leaders in my time. Many of them have been my leaders. I've seen everything from good to great, bad to horrendous, and everything in the massive middle ground. I've worked with new faces and old hands alike, with creatives and stabilizers, challengers and acceptors, and trusters and micromanagers. But the first question I ask myself of any leader in front of me, especially if they've asked me to consider working with them, is, are they ethical leaders? Ethics is a question that has haunted philosophers the world over since the beginning of time, and for centuries they have tried to align the ethics of all humanity. Modern philosophers are also trying to gauge, at a speedier rate than ever, what the ethics of modern society are, as the world changes so fast it can be hard to keep up with. But let's take it back a couple of thousand years to some of the original works on ethics. They might be old, but that doesn't mean they aren't still relevant. The Greek philosopher and mathematician Plato said, "Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others." 400 years later, Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, said simply, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Although one was trying to define what it means to be ethical, while the other was trying to inspire action to be so, they both seem to agree on the underlying principle of good ethics. The only question that remains is, what do you think is good? Or perhaps the better question to ask, what do you think is right? The one thing most philosophers have been able to agree on is that what we believe and demonstrate as ethical behavior comes in part from our own personal values. These are shaped from our experiences, the people surrounding us, including family, friends, teachers, neighbors, and communities, and our own personal thinking patterns. It's important to know what your core values are so you can reflect on how you demonstrate these in daily life and what impact those actions have on others. We can use them to better ourselves and better understand ourselves so that our own progression is supported by a growth mindset. You can learn more about understanding your personal values in my previous video, How to Become More Self-Aware. But another large contributor to your ethics is how willing you are to make difficult decisions and really think about the bigger questions around them, like what's the right and the wrong thing to do, what's a good thing and a bad thing, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Ethical leadership means considering the consequences of what you do and say to everyone else around you. So asking yourself what's the right or the wrong thing to do in the eyes of the people you serve is important and can inform your choices much better than trying to do it from only your perspective. I already mentioned that a stronger willingness to make difficult decisions will support you in being ethical as a leader. But more than this, acting on those difficult decisions is a must. Often we make difficult choices and realize the choice we've made leaves us in the position of needing to challenge the status quo to make it happen. The most successful leaders I've seen of all shapes and sizes are those willing to do exactly that. Leadership is, at its core, about building a vision of what could be rather than what is. So it's only by challenging the status quo that you will reach that vision. Ambrose Hollingworth Redmoon wrote that courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. If you believe something to be ethically right and in the best interests of your team, acting on it will be the more important than the fear that holds you back from doing so. So overcome it and challenge the status quo. Be the change you want to see. This is how you show your virtues, the behaviours that show you have high moral standards. And if you want to know what the right virtues are to show, I'll leave you with the words of another ancient philosopher. Aristotle wrote, "The greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons." So get searching with the right mindset, a deeper understanding of yourself and your team, and a willingness to make those difficult decisions. You'll find the virtues you possess that your team will value the most. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel to get notified of my latest leadership videos. And if you like this video, leave me a comment and tell me what you liked. See you soon.